Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by. I'm Kim. So tonight's video is going to be our last grocery haul of 2025, which will include the things that I'm making for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So I hope you're all well. Thanks for stopping by this year. Thanks for the likes, the subscribes, and most especially the comments. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay, this is our last haul for the year 2025. So my husband's going to be home from work for 2 weeks, so we got to make sure that we have things like salads and extra eggs for egg salad, homemade stuff for homemade pizza. Of course, I'll probably make him a couple of casseroles, so stuff like that. Snack food, not too much. He'll have enough during the holiday and stuff like that. But we definitely gotta, get him in shape and get him strong in that for 2026. So lettuce, the larger pack, there wasn't the smaller one, was $4.48 today. He wanted some ambrosia apples, and those were $3.97 today for, I believe, 3 pounds. Yep. We bought a bunch of bananas, 54 cents a pound, and I think there is 3.5 pounds here. So we'll have bananas every day for at least a week. Some chips. We've got dip in the refrigerator that he needs to use up, but he didn't have any chips, so we've got a bag of chips for him to snack on. I needed another Scrub Mommy. I like Scrub Daddy too, but I like the Mommy because it has a soft sponge on the back. So, and the soft sponge in the back really works good. So this was like $3.38. The chips say $7.29 on them. They were on rollback for $5. The Roma tomatoes are usually 98 cents a pound. They were on rollback for 78 cents a pound. The cabbage was 86 cents a pound. Some bread for the weekend at least, and part of Monday or Tuesday for lunches. He still has to work on Monday and Tuesday, so a half sourdough, that was $1.97. Kitty needed some food, so we got some food, still at 88 cents, but this pate, especially the chicken's getting harder and harder and harder to find. I think we now, no matter where we go, there's usually just a couple cans sitting there, and there's absolutely none of the grilled. So that's kind of sad. He's switched his food many times over the years because the shelves are just cleared off. They're not making it anymore. They just switched all together to something different. So hopefully it'll come back, but I'm not holding my breath on it. This is one of the gifts that I got one of the neighbor ladies. She loves flowers. She loves, is it hydrangea? She loves these. She actually grows a small, like a shrub or a bush or whatever, right outside her apartment door. When years ago, the people that used to own this planted shrubs, and on this side of the building, hers was the only one to survive. Everybody else's, mine did too. I had the, it was like the lime green, or it would be a white flower, and then it would turn like kind of green, and then it would go like a purplish color, and then it would be fall. But right when I actually brought it back to life, and they were getting ready to sell this place, they came along and uprooted my plant. And when they went to and I didn't know it, I was not home at the time. I got home and it was gone, and she came down by me and said she had run out, and she had stood in front of her plant and said no. And so her plant, to this day, still comes up in the summer and that. It's this color, and so I thought these towels were absolutely perfect for her, whether she uses them in the kitchen or the bathroom. I think she will absolutely love them. She wanted, the only other thing she mentioned when I was just kind of inquiring and being nosy, I was being noisy too, was that she wanted some chocolate. So, and she mentioned what chocolate it was. I can get that at Target. She also mentioned not butter cookies, but I can't think of it, but they're made in Scotland, and they also sell those through M&S at Target, shortbread cookies. So I'm going to look into getting her either one or both. And this neighbor doesn't watch my channel. The other neighbor does. She won't tell her about these, so I'm not going to share what I bought my other neighbors. But these gift bags I thought were really cute to put the gifts in, so they were $2 a piece at Walmart, and the towels were $8 at TJ Maxx. So very nice. So I've still got my other neighbor to shop for, and I think I'm done. So we've just got, what, 4 days left, and then it's Christmas. So we should be making sugar cookies this weekend. I should put out my last video, which one of my last videos will be about gardening. And in addition to this clip, I will also be showing what we picked up at the grocery store for our Christmas and Christmas Eve meals. So stay tuned for that. Okay, this is the meat that I picked up today for our holiday. So just something to have not only for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but some extra meat to put up in the freezer for when my husband's off work for 2 weeks. So I got some pork chops. We were just going to do pork chops for Christmas Eve and then have the leftovers for Christmas Day with the turkey. But I think now I'm just going to hold off and put the pork chops away for another time. Got some rosemary and thyme for baking. Instead, I bought these little hams from Hormel, and they were both 8, or this one was 9, this one was 8, so $17 of the ham. And I'm going to cook up the hams and have ham on Christmas Eve and leftover ham on Christmas Day with the leftover turkey. And they'll be both of them will be left over for the day after Christmas, and we have rolls, so that will be our meal the day after Christmas. Then some ground beef. As long as we're in the store, I might as well pick up a package. So price-wise, ground beef $5.99 for $85.15. So that ended up being $9.70. The pork was $4.29, so the package costs $10.77. And this will be 1, 2, 4 meals for $10.77. The hamburger will be probably 2 good-sized hamburgers for my husband, and meatballs for 2, possibly 3 servings of spaghetti and meatballs, because he only likes 2 meatballs with his spaghetti meatballs. So possibly 5 or 4 different meals for $9.70, all for my husband. And then the chickens, each one of those, they were $2.49 a pound. So one costs $11.30 and one costs $11.01. And I will bake those up together, and we will have chicken for tomorrow, which is Sunday's meal, and then the rest of it would be put away for salads and wraps. I did that here a couple of weeks ago, I think, or a week ago, and we've already had wraps twice, salads twice, so we've used it up, so I'll do it again. So that is the meat that I picked up for the holidays, and for a little bit of time between the holidays we'll have wraps. I've got ingredients for homemade pizza, casserole, sloppy joes, chili, stuff like that. So those will be those types of meals, and I'll definitely make clips of it, maybe even show a full meal being made in a future video.